What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out the B&W Companion fifth wheel hitch on our 2022 Ford F-450 Super Duty. Now this is going to be made for the OEM prep package with the puck system. So you got the 4 holes here in the sides, and that's what this is going to drop right into place. Really easy installation. You just turn the levers, drop it in, turn them back, and it locks it into place and you can't pull it back out. Very easy and really quick too. I really like that. Now we're going to take a look at how the jaws and the handle works. So first off, I'm going to pop this pin out here out of the back. And now you can operate the handle. Now that hole is there. You could put a padlock on there too to lock it up. That way nobody can mess with it when you're not around. But otherwise, you use this handle to operate the jaws and just kind of pull back on it. And that opens them up and they're ready for the kingpin to be put in here. And then once you back that into place, it's not auto locking. So you have to come back out, grab the handle, pull it back in so it closes back up around that kingpin. Something else to note though, when it is pushed to the open position, you'll see another hole here. You can put the pin there just to keep it in place, and that's going to keep this open when you do back it up to the kingpin. Now I've worked with a couple different fifth wheel assemblies today. There was the other two we worked with were the Kurt Q24 and A25. Now those jaws were automatic, so when you pull that handle, it stays open like this, and then when you back into it, with that force of the kingpin, gets it to latch into place. That one I liked. I saw the advantage of it being easier to pull that handle out. It stays open. When you back up, it automatically does it. But I kind of like this one because it doesn't do the automatic. I throw it the lever, and then that's what locks it into place. It's just one less thing I feel like to worry about if I was to pull the handle and I was messing with the head. Don't have to worry about the jaws coming in or anything. Even if you leave it unattended in the garage, nobody's gonna mess with this one. It's just lever based. It's not as aggressive of a close. So I kind of like this one better. Plus, you have to get out of the truck anyway to put the pin in place, even on the automatic jaws, just to lock it up before you can tow. So if I'm getting out of the truck anyway to throw this pin, I can easily throw this lever and then add that pin in. Let's go over the jaws. You got a 2-jaw system here. So they're gonna go around like that. I'm gonna just go ahead and show you. With it opened up and closed. You see how they meet here in the middle together. Now that's gonna compare the double jaw to the single jaw, and the single jaw would be just one of them going around, and that's only partial contact. So you have all this other part that won't have anything holding in place. Now it's not gonna fail, but I just like the double jaw to know that it's all around the kingpin, so it's not going anywhere. Now even comparing this to some other double jaws, it's a little bit different because it meets in the middle. Some other ones overlap, so that's going to be the Q24 and the A25 have overlapping ones. So it has the doubles just like this, except they don't meet in the middle. They just kind of go on top of each other, providing that extra contact all around the kingpin. Now let's talk about how the head moves. So it's going to only pivot forward and backwards and side to side. You're not going to get too much movement because you usually need that weight to push down on there and move, but it will go side to side for you. That is a little bit limiting for the other ones I've worked with. Again, I know I keep mentioning them, but the A25 and the Q24, those have a 360 pivot, so they're meant to, when that comes down on here, it can go at like the side angles here like this. This one's not going to be able to, so that's just something to keep in mind when you're hooking it up. If you're off just a little bit on the 360 ones, it'll adjust and be fine. This one you got to make sure you're right on there. Plus, when you're towing something behind you, this is not going to be able to move sideways. So if you were to hit a bump on one side of the trailer and it pushed up, it wouldn't be able to move with it. It's just going to go forward, backwards, or side to side. Our fifth wheel has an adjustable height. So what you can do to see what you need is measure from the ground to your truck bed, to the top of your truck bed that is, and then from the ground to the bottom of your kingpin. And whatever difference that is, as long as it's in between 16 3/4 to 18 3/4 inches, then this is going to be adjustable for that height. There's going to be 3 different points of adjustment here, so you can get the height just right for your truck and your kingpin. So what you'll do is take out these bolts. You'll actually have to do this when you go to put it together. When you go to put it together, you'll line up these arms here with the holes on the side, getting the height just right for your truck and trailer. Now another thing you can adjust is you can actually flip the arms around to get more clearance in your bed. We have an 8-foot bed, so we're not really worried about it with our truck today, but if you needed it, you could flip the arms around and get a little bit more room from the cab. The whole thing is going to be a steel construction with a gray powder coat finish. It's also going to have a gross tow weight rating of 20,000 pounds. It's going to have a vertical load limit of 5,000 pounds. So keep that in mind. The Kurt ones we kind of mentioned earlier had a higher weight capacity. So if that's something you might need, I would look into those. Also keep in mind your weight rating for your truck too. So if that's lower than the fifth wheel hitch, then you want to go with what your truck says because you don't want to mess that up. Now these can be kind of heavy and a little awkward to just lift up and move in the truck bed by yourself. I recommend getting a friend, a second set of hands to go ahead and help you lift it up and out if it's all together. But one nice thing is you can kind of break it down in pieces, so you can take the head assembly off. What you're going to do on both sides is pull the pin out like that. You set that aside. You can grab the black handles here on the side, and it might take you a little bit to work it out, but you can lift this up, out, and set aside. Then that's going to make the legs lighter when you go to move those too. Overall, I like this fifth wheel hitch. B&W always makes nice stuff, and this one's no exception. I like how easy the OEM system is to throw those levers, drop it into place, or to remove it. Really quick to get that installed and ready to go. The lever was also easy to operate. I kind of don't mind that it doesn't jam back on its own when the kingpin comes in. I can still gotta get it out of the truck, throw this lever and replace this pin anyway, so I'd rather kind of just manually do it and make sure it's all done by my hand. Otherwise, it's really gonna help you out, quick and easy to use too. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope this helped.